All right, so we're back here for day 2. Upon inspecting everything, no leaks. And then this actually doesn't look as bad as I thought, that one joint, but unfortunately I'm gonna have to remove that one because, again, it's the wrong fitting. With that being said, I think I made a mistake yesterday talking about the, not the fitting. I believe that is called a PEX expansion fitting. The PEX I was talking about when I said expansion PEX, I meant to say PEX-A. So, but it eluded my memory yesterday. So, but yeah, so these things are for use with PEX-A. I don't have any PEX-A, nor do I have the tool to expand PEX-A or anything like that. So just got back from the store and got the correct fittings. So we're going to build off of these ball valves at this point. And so we need some 1/2-inch copper coming off of here, and then solder on one of these bad boys. I'm using my noggin because it occurred to me that if I solder these on before the copper is in the wall, I don't have to solder that while it's in the wall. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to dump a bunch of water on the floor, apparently, and then I'm going to solder these on first before I cut this off. My thinking is that this valve will kind of help hold the pipe. I think that looks all right. Not perfect. All right, so we got a little bit of a drip on there, but I mean, geez, look at this from whoever did that before. All, not bad. I don't think it's bad. I know somebody will. It's always somebody that has to say something about everything, but yeah, I think it's nice. All right, so I'm going to cut these off really quick, clean up the ends, and then probably take a break, and then we'll get over to soldering these into the those ball valves. All right, so of course the camera died because I forgot to charge it. I think, well, where we left off was cutting this and then soldering it onto those ball valves. So I'll see you in a second. All right, so here's piece number 1. Can we focus? There we go. So I was thinking about doing something a little bit like that. Solder that guy in there, and then crimp our PEX tubing onto that. And same thing with this. And then once again, this thing's staring me in the face. Gotta remove that. Don't want to do that though, but I guess what needs to be done has to be done. So, all right, I'll be back. Oh, and one more thing. I didn't come super prepared today, but I came more prepared than yesterday because I got this bad boy. So we're not starting the wall on fire today, nor are we using a paper plate. Well, now it's noise investigation time because it sounds like there are spirits up here. It's just, oh, a little air getting past the window. So maybe before I go, maybe I should seal that off because it's open because of this AC unit in here. But man, when I first walked in, the boiler was on. I thought it was coming from the boiler. And I'm like, geez, not again with that thing. But all right, back to work. Here's what I have so far. Man, trying to evacuate the water in these pipes though, quite difficult. I think my only concern is that I just want to make sure these aren't going to leak. So clearly the ball valves still are not leaking, or they're still not leaking. They better never leak, but they're not leaking when they're shut off. My only concern is this joint and that joint and then this and this. So what I'm thinking of doing is taking just temporarily and then just disconnecting it after I make sure it holds pressure. But essentially taking something like this, like, how can I explain it? Like basically just take a piece of PEX and a 90 and another little piece of PEX and a 90 and basically just bridge these together, the hot water and the cold water. Yeah, that should hold good enough, I think, to tell me if there's a leak anywhere in here. So, because I don't have the valve, and like I was saying yesterday, this is the PEX-A thing. So, not doing PEX-A. So, I'm not going to know if that leaks until I get a valve. But before I do anything like that, I have to get this off. I'm opting to try to desolder it. So I got some vice grips on here. I know the only bad thing is I think the vice grips are going to get pretty hot. So maybe I could, what do I got in here? I have needle nose. Maybe I could like do something like that while I don't know. Maybe I'll just cut it off. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I did opt to cut it off because I figured, you know, you're just probably gonna have to do it anyway. So I just cut it off as short as I thought that I could. All right, let's get this bad boy soldered, and then I'm going to, I think I'm gonna construct my little leak test thing at that point, see how she goes. All right, final update before I take a small little break. This one actually came out pretty good. I'm more preferential towards pipes that are hanging down because that means that the likelihood that they're going to be full of water is 0, which is nice. But it does have a catch, and that is sometimes, now this one was on there really tight, but then the fittings want to slide down. So there's always something. So anyways, I'm going to take a break and construct this thing out of this PEX to bridge these guys, see if there's any leaks, and if not, then I'm good. I can get out of here because I'm waiting on a valve at this point, which I don't have. So, all right. All right, so here are the 2 sections for my temporary bridge. And then the idea is once I verify that there are no leaks, this is going to be extra long so it can be cut where it needs to be cut. And then when the valve arrives, then I can connect into it. But right now, I'm going to crimp these down. Unfortunately, I can't do it one-handed, but I'll show you how it looks when I'm finished. I lied. I can do it one-handed if I use the floor. Come on. There we go. And then yeah, there we go. Not as good as if I was doing it with two hands, but all right. So the idea is now take these over here. I'm just doing a little mock-up. I still have to put another one of those crimp rings on there, but get this here. Essentially, just measure up the correct size piece to bridge these. And once she's all crimped down and everything, and this is bridged over, you should be able to flip those valves and check for any leaks here and here. So, all right, let's get that done. Well, I thought I was onto something, but that's a no bueno. I can't get these things to fit in there and open at the same time, so, and it doesn't matter. This part doesn't matter. These need to be crimped on either way because these are going to connect to the mixing valve. So, shit, it's always something. I guess I could get those other rings. I'm not a big fan of those, but either way, I think they use like a smaller tool and you just kind of like cinch down the edge of them though. I really want to use these though. So I'm gonna figure something out, hopefully. Yeah, today's gonna be, I'm gonna call it. I tried a few things and no luck. So the one thing I did find online is that they do make a smaller tool that you screw down. And that looks like it could be promising. I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it at the local hardware store or if I'm gonna have to order it on Amazon or something like that. Either way, maybe the hardware store has something similar, but I'm not going there today, that's for sure. So anyways, I mean, it's getting there. It just, it's really a shame that I couldn't really test to see if these were leaking or not. I mean, I don't think they're going to. I mean, they look pretty good, but either way, it doesn't matter. I mean, I need to get this PEX crimped down here, and then of course here as well for when that valve comes in. So, but yeah, that's about it. So maybe there will be a part 3, maybe not. I'm not really sure at this point. So, all right. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna head out at this point. So we'll see what happens tomorrow.